going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you're probably wondering, A, where the hell is the Mustang? B, why are you loading up fuel and fans and your charger when you don't have your car and you're not going racing? Well, you're about to find out here in just a second. So today is Thursday. I'm not sure when you guys will see this, maybe Friday or Saturday, but this weekend we do have the Flashlight Shootout, Amarillo, Texas. Really excited for this. We were supposed to have this back in March, but with all the stuff that happened, we had to postpone it, and this was the best time to do it. So it is this weekend, August 22nd, Amarillo Dragway. As you guys know, may or may not have known, Streetcar Joe, one of my best friends, he did wreck his beautiful Fox body, unfortunately, out at Wichita Falls. Just part of racing, stuff happens. Nothing broke on the car to cause it. He didn't do anything to cause it. It's just, that's part of racing sometimes, but that's how it happens. And luckily he's okay, and the car is rebuildable for the most part. So he's actually beginning the rebuild process, which I'm going to make a video on. I'm going to try and not show it in this video because I want to make a separate video on that. But my Mustang is actually back at Streetcar Joe's house. If you guys don't remember the build, pretty much everything I've done to the car, most of the big stuff I've done to the car has happened at Joe's house. Joe's done the turbo kit. Joe helped me do the Turbo 400 swap. Joe helped me literally do everything on that car. So I learned a lot on the car, and Joe has a lot of knowledge, and we put our two brains together and made a decent little S550 for ourselves. So this weekend, if you guys don't know, Joe is also a 4-time reigning champion of the Flashlight Shootout. That is his race. He absolutely loves that race. The only one that he's missed is the one that we had at XRP in February, and that is because he sold the Trans Am and had just picked up the Fox body. And at one point, we thought he was going to make the race with the Fox body, but just waiting on parts and stuff like that just didn't happen. He did build that car fairly quickly, but just part delays, couldn't get his car done in time. But he ended up working the Flashlight Shootout, helped us out big time, which was cool. But this weekend is really the reason why he went to Wichita. He switched converters. He switched a bunch of stuff on the car, trying to get it ready just for Amarillo because he loves the Flashlight Shootout. And there's a lot of money to be made. There's $5,000 going to the small tire winner, and there's $2,500 for True Street. And he has won small tire and True Street every time we've had it in Amarillo. And we've even put a bounty on him before, and he always wins the bounty. So he gets the extra $500 from the bounty. Joe just knows Amarillo really well. Amarillo's a really tricky track. It's definitely not the best track. They definitely have done a better job prepping it recently, especially with the Flashlight Shootout, because we kind of expect a little bit more out of them. And they try and work with us and do the best that they can. And it's definitely prepped the best it's ever been for the Flashlight Shootout. Similar to like their other events. Anytime they've done their other events, definitely the prep is not as good as what they do for the Flashlight Shootout. So they take extra care of it for the Flashlight Shootout because they know that we bring in some fast cars from out of town. But that's neither here nor there. Amarillo's tricky. The DA sucks. It gets hot here. There's 3,500 feet of elevation here, so it's really tricky. The track isn't the smoothest surface, and it's also not the best surface. So you really have to know what you're doing with your car, and Joe just has a lot of experience with that. And so anyways, this race is like, Joe loves the Flashlight Shootout. So with Joe wrecking his car, unfortunately he couldn't race the Flashlight Shootout. And so I also can't race my car because I run the event, and Kevin and I need to be available the whole time in case something happens. If someone jumps and we need to make a call, Kevin and I are the ones to make the call with Branson because he's the guy in the light. Anything that happens, Kevin and I have to be available. It's a very hands-on race. It's not just pull trips and run. With it being off a flashlight, there's a lot of human error that can happen. So Kevin and I have to be available at all times. Plus, Kevin and I really like to be involved with the race to make sure everything goes smoothly for the racers and for the fans. So we've decided that we don't race our cars during the Flashlight Shootout. Although I'd really like to sometime, it's just we're not at that point yet. We're still new at it, so we're still learning some things. But anyways, I offered my car to Joe to race my car at the Flashlight Shootout, and my car has only been down Amarillo Dragway one time for a small private test and tune when I first got the car running, and I really just did it just to make sure everything was good. Yeah, did not make one decent pass. They were literally all blow the tires off, and that was it. So I made like 3 or 4 passes, found a leak, found some other issues, took the car home and worked on it. And that is my experience with the Amarillo Dragway with the Mustang. Now my Hellcat, I used to get it down there all the time, run 9s there, no big deal. But the Mustang, a little bit different story. So Joe wants to take the challenge on. We don't really have huge hopes of winning. We think we can go a few rounds in True Street. Small tire is definitely going to be tough. My car doesn't have the power that these small tire cars have. But for True Street, my car definitely has the power. It's more of, like, say, getting it to work in Amarillo. So IRS suspension on a radial, True Street class. It'll be very interesting. So the hardest thing is that we don't have any data on the car at Amarillo. We've got data on it Oklahoma, Dallas, Houston, wherever, but yeah, Amarillo we do not. So we've decided to do a few things to the car. We are adding some weight to the rear. We're lifting the rear end up. We've added a second spacer. That way with the rear weight on the car doesn't rub the tire, because the car rubs tire just a little bit right now, and I'm trying to fix that issue by adding some compression. But with us adding weight in the back, trying to get the weight down on the back end, with how tricky Amarillo is, we needed another spacer to get the rear end up. We're going to leave the front end where it's at. I'm supposed to actually lower the front end for some radial prep coming up, but we're going to leave the front end up. What else are we doing? I had to fix the brakes. My brakes were like literally down to nothing once again, just like TX2K. So I got some new pads in there, had to fix a couple things, but the TBMs are good to go for this race. What else did we do? Oh, we got the scramble button working, because I haven't had the scramble working. I really haven't used the scramble at all since I switched to the AMS 1000, which has been all year. And so we had to get the scramble button working, because we think, obviously, if we make it some rounds, we're going to have to get on the scramble early. Hopefully going to get the trans temp gauge working once and for all. And a few small other changes with the suspension. So we've got our work cut out for us. I went over there last night. I didn't film because I got over there super late after work, so I just tried to get a bunch of stuff done in a small amount of time. And got the rear springs on. I just have to put the whole back end back together because I had to drop all the arms and cradle. So I just got to get that all back together and then work on the trans temp gauge. Joe already got the scramble working, and hopefully he's been working on getting some bars in the back to add some weight pucks. So also after that, what you'll also see in today's video is we're going to head over to the track. There's some guys doing some testing tonight. Joe and I thought about trying to get the car ready to do some Thursday night testing, so it gives us some extra time on the car, but we just don't have enough time. We got to get the car ready first, and we'll just hit a Friday night test session, which will be tomorrow, which you guys will see in a different video. But there is some guys out there testing tonight, so we're going to try and go over there because Kevin and I need to map out a few things, because we're adding a burnout contest and a car show contest to this one. So Kevin and I got to go over there and map some stuff out. But I will see you guys over at Streetcar Joe's house.
These bolts are it. Can you bring me a ratchet?
You guys might think we're a little crazy, but we got some lead going under there. For
what? Dude, Dave, turn that off.
No, I'll show it after the race. I'll show it after the race.
Well, unless we lose, then you just delete the footage.
Yeah, this video will not be posted if we lose first round. So Joe's trying to figure out how to hang some weight back there. Oh boy.
Hey, let me tell you a story. I made this weight bar for my car, right?
Which car?
I have that car.
No.
I have bolts back here that are spaced every so often. So I drilled these holes, right? And I bolt it to my car on the very back if I need it.
Is that 20 pounds?
There is 2 bolts on your car. Oh, that's in the way. Damn.
We spoke too soon. That would have been perfect.
It would.
They did line up with the holes, though.
It lined up.
Maybe we should need some spacers on it.
Well, I guess I'll just put smaller weights there.
But where's the other weights already?
I got
snuck some in.
Right here, check them out.
That's pretty legit. So S550 owners, if you're doing some no prep, we got your back.
Call me.
How many are those 5 pounds?
These are 5 pound bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, all the weights actually going in the trunk. Are we showing all the weight we're putting in?
Maybe not all of it.
Okay.
These are little secrets here and there.
Okay.
You know? Little tidbits.
why you worried about it.
The daily go around back.
What are you doing? Just look away.
I bring my car over one time. He just grinds the crap out of it.
I mean,
You know what you're doing down there?
you said you want to go fast, right?
Yeah, I do want to go fast.
I mean,
This is how you go fast? This is how you go fast. Alright guys, I forgot to close out that video, and it's actually the day after the flashlight shootout. It was freaking insane. Look at my eye. It's like super bloodshot. It got done at like 4:30 a.m. You guys will see a video on that because Joe, as you guys saw, we got my car ready. We went testing Friday night. Testing went pretty well. You'll see that in the next video. And then we actually went racing. Well, Joe went racing Saturday night while I ran the flashlight shootout. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And we made some changes. We've made some weight changes. We changed all the shock settings. We moved some other stuff around. We fixed some little minor issues with the car just to make sure it was safe to go down the track. And you guys are gonna be really excited when you see the testing video and then when you see how Joe did at the flashlight shootout. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Follow Joe, Streetcar Joe on Instagram. I'll see you guys on the next one.